Leigh-Ann Allaire Perrault is here with stylish projects to cozy up your home on a budget. Hey, Leigh-Ann, how's it going?
It's going so great, May.
Okay, I am feeling pumped about this. We're getting cozy in our home. What are we starting off with?
It's sweater weather.
Yes, it is.
Not just for our wardrobe, for our home. So I wanted to think of some creative ways to add that tactile, the textural, the coziness into our decor. And of course, do it affordably and easily. These are all very entry-level DIY projects that any of you can go home and do today.
Okay.
And we're gonna start with dipping into either your own closet or hitting up a thrift store.
Nice.
To pick up a couple of thrifty sweaters.
Okay.
And I got a nice stack of sweaters for anywhere from like $4 to $6-ish each.
Great.
And I started by turning them into pillows. Can you look right down there?
Can you even?
So cable knit sweater pillows are awfully expensive.
Yes.
But sweaters at the thrift store are not.
Yeah.
And if you just cut the body of the sweater, this already gives you 2 finished sewn edges to your pillow, which is
Leigh-Ann
great.
is gonna avoid all sewing if possible. Yeah.
And then you just flip it inside out, and I just did a hand stitch on the inside to make the top really clean.
Yeah.
And then flipped it back right side around, stuffed my pillow in, and just did a blanket stitch around that bottom edge.
Yeah.
Honestly, it took me maybe half an hour-ish to do.
While you're watching a show?
And just created the most beautiful textile
literally, that pillow is this sweater.
And you know what else came from this sweater?
Oh, what?
The sleeves.
Oh, okay.
We cut the sleeves off because, you know, trying to limit as much textile waste as possible. So I was like, what else can I use this for? What if we made vase cozies?
Oh.
What's a vase cozy,
I was gonna
Leigh-Ann?
say, I was like, Leigh-Ann, what's a vase cozy?
Well, let me introduce you to my little collection of sweater-covered vases.
Is so cute.
I really do think that they're pretty adorable. So this is one of the sleeves that, again, came from that pillow. Now, I cut it to the height that I wanted to go right over top. But here's the thing. I did this, and I was like, oh, she's cute. We can do the little tuck at the top.
Yeah.
But then the bottom looked a little
A little frumpy.
And then I thought, you know, if we're going to glue it underneath, then it's a little wobbly.
Yeah.
So here's what we're going to do.
Okay. She's already figured out our problems.
I love coming up with DIY solutions to a problem. So I got a piece of cardboard. I traced a piece of the vase on the bottom. So that's the exact same size. I used a little bit of painter's tape just to hold it in place, but this is temporary.
Okay.
This gives us a great base to then use a hot glue gun to glue that onto the bottom, right? You see what I'm doing here?
Yeah.
You're gonna cut a secondary circle that's a little bit smaller and glue that on top, and that not only covers all of your scrunchy fabric, but creates a really nice solid base.
Yeah.
And then let me show you what makes me even more excited about this. When you're done with these at the end of the winter season, you just slide them off, and now you store your little cozies because you've got a sandwich of cardboard in there, and it's not glued to the vase.
I was gonna say, like, look at that. That is so cool.
Really clean, really simple, and you go back to your everyday vase after the winter season.
So cute. You know what I love about this too? It's obviously great for the holidays, but it also works for, again, any cozy
This
season.
takes you right through the winter months. This isn't Christmas or holiday specific.
This is February blah.
This is February blah decor.
Yeah, I like this.
We want to be cozy then, but so do our vases.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
Yes. We all just want to hibernate.
I love this. Now, we've got that when we did that quick little sewing, but I know you do not love a sew, so we've got a no-sew project here.
It's not that I don't like sewing. I don't know how.
Okay,
that's on my DIY to-do list for the new year. I might get myself a little sewing machine and practice, but until then, we're gonna make no-sew blankets.
Oh, okay.
Let me show you this beauty here.
Oh, look at that.
That I made, and you know what, I can say that.
Yeah.
Because I bought the fabric from the fabric store.
Yeah.
For this, you wanna shop the fleece section and buy 1.5 yards, and between that length and the width of the fabric, you get yourself a nice, big, chunky blanket.
Oh, this is nice.
And then all you need to do is create this kind of fringe. Oh, well, there you go. It's a vibe, right?
That's nice.
It's a vibe.
That's
so
nice.
all you need to do then with your no-sew blanket is cut the edges. Now, there's 2 ways to do this. I tried one version at home where you make yourself a little template. So you always start by cutting a square off of the corner because then this will kind of give you the edging to create your fringe.
Oh, smart.
So you cut the corner off, and then I just made this paper template to kind of make all of my fringe even, and then you just tie knots.
Okay.
The other version that I tried that I maybe liked a little bit better was just using some painter's tape as a guide.
Yeah.
And then I just cut a tiny little piece of 1-inch strip cardboard, and I use that as almost like finger spacing to go along as I cut all of the fringe. And then you just tie a knot in the very top of that fringe, pull off your painter's tape.
So
and
cute.
look, see, Mary, you're tying the knot, which means now you made the blanket.
I made the blanket.
Mary made a blanket.
Mary made the blanket.
Yes.
That's so good. Yeah.
Great for gifting, I think, as well, where you can give the gift of something that you made.
Yeah.
Yes, you made it.
You made it.
Right?
I love it. Now, if you are gifting this, how do you give someone a blanket?
Okay, so I don't know if you guys have seen these really kind of fancy-dancy bougie
Ooh,
blanket
cute, yeah.
holders. I actually made this one. I DIY'd this one. I was at the thrift store and came across a purse that was a little beaten up. It had its day, but what I saw were the straps, and I was like, I could cut those and turn them into these, which I thought was great. The purse is $5, by the way, at the thrift store.
Yeah.
I'm gonna figure out how to repurpose the rest of the material in that, but not everybody has a purse kicking around that they want to cut the straps off of.
Yeah.
So I thought, what if we just use belts, right?
Love this.
So I found $6 belts.
Okay.
They do exist at a retail store, and you're just going to want to cut them to size that will go around your blanket. So you'll end up inevitably cutting off the holes at the end. But don't throw this away, because this becomes your template to mark for the new holes.
Okay.
And now, Mary, I've got a little gadget here that I know you love.
I love this gadget.
You love it.
Does anybody know this gadget? It's for punching holes in your belt.
Right, leather hole punch.
Yeah.
And you're gonna do, I've already marked one of the holes
I'm gonna
there,
go
so
this way.
Mary's gonna do a little punch of the final hole there for me. And I also just trimmed out the edge a little bit, so super easy to do.
What a
There we
thrill.
go.
What a thrill.
Super easy. So now,
What a thrill.
I don't know if I mentioned this, but you do need 2 belts for this.
Yeah.
So this is why I shop, not at the thrift store, it's hard to find 2 of the same belts at the thrift store, but you've got your 2 belts on there. And then the excess that I cut off that was in the middle of one of the belts,
You just glue it
just
on.
a little hot glue underneath there, and now you've got this very beautiful
Love that.
carrier for about $12.
Love that.
$12, right?
All right, now what if you want to display them? We just real quick need to talk about this, because this
Okay.
is cute.
If you have never made furniture before, guess what? You can be a furniture maker without having to saw anything. We went from no sew to no saw.
Perfect.
You're gonna go to your home improvement store. You're gonna ask them to cut the sizes that you want of 2 pieces of the longwood and the rungs, and you just screw them together and then customize with your stain or paint finish.
Dream.
And now display your blankets vertically.
On a ladder, I love
cozy.
this. This is a project I'm 100% doing. There you
Easy
have
peasy.
it. Everybody, Leigh-Ann Allaire Perrault, 5 budget-friendly ways you can cozy up your living space. Thanks, Leigh-Ann. Great job. We gotta take a... Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.